Yo, what up guys, it's your boy Rythmn, and today we're going to be going over the best PvP arm spec that you could have for the warrior in Prepatch. Now keep in mind, things are subject to change because they're going to be making updates and changes to the game before actual live hits. So this might not be updated, but I'll probably make a new one. Also, keep in mind that things are very opinion based, and this is just basically what I think is the best PvP spec. Also, because after doing a couple of things of testing and stuff like that, I really do feel like this is the best damage output for myself. Also, there's multiple ways you can actually play the Arms Warrior. This is just specifically what I do. So basically what I'm going to show you guys in the video is I'm going to go over the talents, and I'm going to explain why I choose certain talents over the other ones, and I'm also going to go over the basic rotation that I use so that way you guys can follow just the way I do. So with all that being said, let's check it out. Alright guys, so I'm basically going to go down my whole talent tree and I'm going to show you why and why I don't choose certain talents. So for the first thing, Dauntless, your abilities cost 20% less rage. It's good, but it's not exactly the best. The next one is Overpower, and if you've been an OG warrior since like the earlier days, you know that Overpower was amazing. So this is my favorite one because this thing hurts a lot. This honestly does a lot of damage. You could take sweeping strikes, but that's really, I guess, maybe if you're playing like a really big cleave comp, maybe like TSG or something like that, but I still would prefer Overpower over anything else. Next line, you can either get Shockwave or Stormbolt. A lot of people like to get Shockwave if they're going to be fighting like two melee or something in arena. You can also get Stormbolt if you want to be able to have a range stun, as in stunning the healer for some extra CC. It all really depends on your matchup and whatever you want to do. Double time is good, but I don't know, you kind of lose out on your stuns, and I would really only use this if you're going to get kited a lot, and you know it, because this gives you that extra charge, and it also reduces the cooldown charge, which could be pretty amazing. Now for next up, there is Fervor of Battle. I think this is not as good because you're going to be wanting to use Slam, in my honest opinion, as your primary solo single target type thing. Whirlwind is good, but I don't find myself using Whirlwind as much as I use Slam. Maybe I'm wrong, but if you want to cleave more, you would obviously probably want to pick up this talent. Now you could use Rend, but I feel like since we're in Prepatch and we don't really have the damage that we should have, as in for Legion, Rend doesn't necessarily do as much damage as you'd want it to. So instead I go with Avatar because it's only a 1.5 minute cooldown, and it kind of goes in line with your battle cry, which basically allows you to get a lot of damage off very quickly. So Avatar is my favorite, definitely in this one. 20% damage, and it removes all roots and stuff. I think that's a big plus. Next up, we got Second Wind. This is a complete PvE talent because you'll really never catch yourself out of combat unless you're just some kind of kite god or something. I wouldn't prefer this for PvP, but it's whatever you want. Next one is Bounding Stride. You might want to pick this up, but this is basically like a very short cooldown for Heroic Leap. I don't think it's very necessary. In fact, I think Defensive Stance is the best one here because you lose out on 10% damage, but you actually gain 20% more defensive, and you reduce all damage taken by 20%. And a lot of times in arenas, since we're Arms Warriors, they got rid of our heal. So we're very vulnerable to dying. We have no way to kind of like regen health or anything like that. So this is kind of a primary. I really think this is the most important one for this tree. Next up, we have In for the Kill. Mortal Strike generates 20 rage when used against targets that are below 20 health. 20% health. I don't really feel like this is necessary because you don't really need this. I mean, when you execute, you usually always get the kill anyways, or you're very, very close. I think the Mortal combo is honestly the best one for right now. I would go with Focused Rage, but once again, you could play around with either or. This is kind of like an opinion-based thing, but I think this is more used for whenever Legion comes to build up that really, really big Mortal Strike, you know, getting the 3 stacks and so forth, so on. But I really do think for Prepatch, I think Mortal combo is the best one because this allows you to get off 2 Mortal Strikes very quickly back to back. You know, you don't have to actually use Slam as much, and Mortal Strike does hit pretty hard, especially after you charge. Next up, we got Deadly Calm, Trauma, and Titanic Might. I don't think Titanic Might is good at all because it reduces its effectiveness by 20%, which is kind of huge. I think Colossal Smash is like kind of like our opening to burst, so I wouldn't prefer this one. But Deadly Calm and Trauma, it's a big toss-up. In my honest opinion, I don't think, since you get focused so much in arena and in BGs and stuff like that, you always have so much rage, and this giving you the 100% rage I think is kind of like overkill. You don't need it. So that's why I'll go with trauma, because it gives you that additional bleed damage whenever you slam, because you do use slam quite a bit. Now the only thing was I don't know if deadly calm, since it doesn't use rage, basically, I don't know if it actually procs our tactician, which is really important for a warrior, because this allows you to get colossal smash and mortal strike off cooldown basically again. If someone does know, please answer in the comments. I don't know if that works or not. Next up, our last, we have anger management, opportunity strikes, and Ravager. Ravager is, I would never use Ravager, even though it looks kind of badass. I think it's strictly a PvE talent. It doesn't really do that much damage. I would not recommend this talent at all. Now it's a toss up between anger management and opportunity strikes. I think for anger management, you might want to pick that up for BGs, because in BGs that means you'll always have battle cry, and it's like you spend a lot of rage in BGs, obviously. Now I really like opportunity strikes because this triggers that extra damage, and I noticed that it procs quite a bit. As you can see in the little clip I had in the very beginning of this video, it actually did proc, I think, on the execute and stuff like that. So maybe it wasn't execute, maybe it was the mortal strike, but it does proc quite a bit, and it does a good amount of damage. I assume it's going to do a lot more in Legion. So yeah, I mean, that's basically it. We obviously don't have honor talents until Legion actually hits. Remember, keep in mind, this is the pre-patch guide for the best warrior build, in my honest opinion. If you guys have any questions or anything like I missed out, please leave a comment down below. I get to it as fast as possible. But I think that this is generally the best build. Now, don't get me wrong, you can change it up and you can get different things like deadly calm and anger management. This is just what I use primarily for arena, and it's what I've noticed a huge success in, and it actually does the most damage. Okay, so for the rotation, it is basically really simple. All you need to do is, it's kind of like a priority list. You want to pop Colossal Smash first, then you want to pop Overpower, then you want to use Mortal Strike, and then you want to use Whirlwind or Slam, depending on what you use more. You know, obviously Whirlwind for AoE and kind of cleave damage, whereas Slam is more single target. Arms Warrior is really all about the procs. It'll highlight down there, so it's actually really easy, really noob friendly. You basically press it as the order pops up, but basically, like I said, you use those first in a priority list, and I'll throw it up on the screen so you guys can see. And this is basically what it looks like. It's really simple. I'll do one first without actually popping damage cooldowns, and I have my buddy here, Bungler, kind of helping me out, showcasing that. He's under geared, so I'll probably kill him really quick, but anyhow, so obviously first off, you want to go in and you want to charge, then you want to throw up on a Colossal Smash, then you're going to get an instant Overpower, and then 2 Mortal Strikes, and then you're going to press, see my Overpower came back up, and then you want to press Slam for the rest of the time until anything else pops up. Now I got another not Overpower, I got another Mortal Strike, and get a little more rage. There's Colossal Smash, there's Overpower, there's Colossal Smash again. It's all really about the procs, and you basically want to go down a priority list. That's really all it is. So that was no cooldowns being used, kind of like my buffs, you know, down here, Battle Cry, you know, Blood Fury and stuff like that. So you can basically tell that when those things proc and everything lines up perfectly, you do a lot of damage, and I'm talking about a crazy amount of damage. So I'll go ahead and duel him again right here, and I'll actually pop my cooldowns here. Hopefully he doesn't trinket it. I want him to act like his cooldown or his trinket was actually on cooldown, but we'll see what happens. So with all your stuff being popped at the same time and everything kind of lining up, this is basically how much damage you can do. So you run in, pop Colossal Smash, then you just pop your cooldown and you go crazy. Look at the damage I'm pumping out with this. I pump so much damage out with this. Like, there's just nothing he can do. Absolutely nothing. So as you guys see, it's a lot of damage, and all you're doing is popping the cooldowns whenever they come off cooldown. So that completes my Arms Warrior talent tree guide for the pre-patch. Now remember to keep in mind that this is for pre-patch and this is not for Legion. Things are probably going to change and we don't know just yet, but hopefully this helped you guys out in some way, and if it did, please hit that thumbs up button, guys, because I really do appreciate it. And if you guys have any questions or concerns or anything, just leave them down in the comments down below and I'll get to them as fast as possible. But yeah, if you guys liked it, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. We ain't bout to go and spend money just to flex on it. We ain't really got it like ya. I'm the type of motherfucker that'll check the check, do the math, I ain't never getting robbed. Those margaritas not going on my card. I ain't about to split a damn thing for convenience sake. I'm at the restaurant working that way.